Disney was once synonymous with childhood magic. Dream come true for everyone, a journey full of fantasy, a simple yet amazing castle in the clouds, Mickey's smile and theme parks, movies where dreams felt real. But when I looked closer at what's happening today, something feels broken. The movies are feeling like they are not real, the series look like they are all doing not that great. Something is off, right? I felt the same. I feel like there is something off these days. So, what are my thoughts? Disney isn't just losing money, it's losing trust and wonder. From a UX perspective, let's try to understand how things are going ahead with Disney. Okay, for that we need to understand what is the history of origins, a small history of origins. In 1923, Walt Disney and Roy O. Disney built a tiny animation studio. By 1937, Snow White redefined movies. By 1955, Disneyland created the first immersive experience economy. So, my point, I noticed Disney wasn't just selling content, it was designing holistic user experiences decades before even UX was a term. So if you talk about the innovations in the animation, technical advancements, if you have a look around, Disney was an innovator. He introduced, synchronized sound approach, Technicolor, live action features to his animated films. Feature-length films, which could also be seen around the cases with Snow White and Seven Dwarfs in 1937, the first full-length animated feature film, followed by other classics like Pinocchio in 1940 and Bambi in 1942. So, if you look into the legacy, a media conglomerate, the company he founded, Walt Disney Productions, grew to one of the world's largest entertainment conglomerates, eventually renamed the Walt Disney Company. So, it automatically had a lasting impact. Disney's vision and creativity continue to inspire through his films, television shows, theme parks, leaving a lasting impact on the world of entertainment. But what happened later is a problem which is yet to be solved. So, let's get to the core problem. So, fast forwarding today, what are we seeing in the Disney's problem? Families say the parks are too expensive. Let's have a look around with that. Look at these tweets around. What do you see? They absolutely come up to the point that the parks are feeling so much expensive, and even some of the places, even the parks are not up to the mark. Next, if we have a look around, coming back to the movies, viewers definitely say that the Marvel and the Star Wars are feeling pretty repetitive. I mean, okay, I would definitely not say this with DC, we're not going to go over there. But still, if I would expediently go ahead and look around with the fact that whether it is with seeing off with the latest example is Ironheart, people definitely cannot relate to it, because what I definitely personally looked around with Iron Man, if you ask me, when it came out in 2008, the Iron Man was on another level. But today, when I look around and see, no, it's not coming up. Kids prefer YouTube, Roblox, TikTok over Disney Plus. Yes, because pretty much it's free, and also there are options which are much on the better side. So I explored online forums and fan groups, and people don't say Disney feels magical anymore. I've been checking on with other places, and today when I see this fact, they see Disney feels like a corporation. Yes, it is. It's feeling more or less a corporation, and the concept of creativity is pretty much lacking. So coming back to the point, this is what the core problem is. So now, how if we can tackle it out? How can we see into the depth of it? Let's try to understand that, So the Disney's answers were tactical. So they launched Disney Plus. It was a great start, but again, it is slowing down. People are still going in there. Yes, people are subscribing. All good. But again, there have been situations when people were not really happy over it. Then, raise the park prices, add Genie Plus, skip the line, push diversity and inclusion, but in a very wokey style, if I would say. See, these are all my opinions, but I wouldn't say this is not something that is reinventions. It's just a patch over the user experience. It's not a user experience vision, what I would definitely love to say. So the next thing comes in is the shift in the income. So if I would definitely go out and check, if you go back to the past, Disney made some amazing characters, bankable characters. So the focus was extremely over the product rather than the revenue part. Okay, if you go out and check out when Disney was making new icons like Mickey, Cinderella, it could be Simba. You go out and check out the Lion King animation, which happened long back in 1990s, the Aladdin, which happened in 1990s, and today you're just making, a 3D CG version of the same characters. No doubt, I love the VFX artists; they did an amazing job, but 2D animation definitely had something which the 3D lacks. Now it is just going, creating, banking the characters again and again, pushing things again, making more money. So I noticed something on this case. So when UX shifts from discovery to maintenance, the emotional bond weakens. So this is very, very important. So let's come back to the struggles. So Disney plus subscriber loss is like going ahead with a huge case of things. Films like Lightyear, The Strange World, The Marvels flopping, rising cost of families make things about park visits. Whether it is even in the movie case again, of course, if you see it in India, for example, a lot of people go out and check out the movies which are provided by Marvel. But at the same time, there has been scenarios where people really don't, go forward, and they do have a point that this movie is not going to make up. We need to cut down on basically going ahead with unrealistic approaches, where you see with the Hulk, for that matter. Hulk was not doing that great. Talking about the She-Hulk basically. So the She-Hulk was not really making great, but after that, when you look into the fact today, when it is, I think the entire user experience over the movies, which was really into establishing amazing characters and showing a path through that character, what that character is going through, the struggles of that character, and then how they, come out of it, and how they teach a lesson. Things like that, Disney is, slowly, I feel personally, is that Disney is losing it. Now, if you come back to the market capture and competition part, Netflix is agile and data-driven. Universal's Minions have become viral memes. Gaming plus TikTok are stealing kids' attention. And there are a lot of other competition are coming up. So if you see the competition is on the peak, Disney is competing again and again with a lot of people. If they do not innovate, I do believe that, over a period of time, there will be new players in the market and people will forget the characters. Say, for instance, if I take up the DC and every time you talk to me about Superman, reviving Superman, putting Superman again, Superman, I'm done with Superman. I don't really care about the fact that why you have to put Superman back into the business again and again. Yes, I do understand he's an amazing character, he's an amazing, superhero, but at the same time, there could be something new. There are lesser known DC characters I would love to watch. There are similarly lesser known Marvel characters which you can bring to power, which you can create a better storylining, and I think it is perfectly possible. And I think it is perfectly possible if we can put in much of normal work over CG, which can allow us to have something really great, So if I would make an analysis how it worked before and why it's breaking now case, the older Disney, there was surprise, there's originality, and there was bold risks. But the current Disney is perfectly formula driven and it is sequel heavy. So, they're taking safe bets. They're like, oh, you know what? This character is there, we have already done this character, now we'll go ahead and ensure the fact that we can take this case again. Example, if I would say Aladdin, then there was again the one more example I would say is the Lion King, because the animated version was already done so well. So now this one, we will ensure the fact that we will take up a CG version which could immediately is the thing that works fine. So if I would go ahead and if I would see from the user experience and understand the fact people really love the older Disney and the later Disney is, they're going on and off at the same time. So if I would say what was the secret sauce or the business secret where it is failing right now, if in case of what I did understand is the Disney's secret magic formula was that it had emotions much more than the product itself. The emotion was selling more. The emotional connect with the characters. The characters, there was there's a background. You could even see that the characters and that. If you go out and check out the live voice recording of the Lion King series, and you see the way how Scar was voiced or how Mufasa was voiced, you can see the voice artist putting a huge level of emotion into the character. If I would give an example, definitely, there were like amazing artists out there. One of my most favorite ones, definitely, has to be Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons voiced as the Scar, and he's like amazing still today. I still, love listening to the way I'm surrounded by idiots. Of course, I can't voice like him exactly, but still, I could touch the point over there. But the point what I want to make still is that, it was amazing at that time. You could see, sense emotions in every single word in the dialogues and everything. But today, it's kind of like fading away, and it's becoming more or less towards into that